Matt here from Moxie Education. I'm going to take you through the exact process you need as a tutor, whether you're starting your journey or you're already tutoring, but things aren't growing the way you want them to grow. Now, this is the process we take people through inside our Get Students program. We know it works and it's going to work for you as well. So in just a few minutes, I want to walk you through this and hopefully give you that clarity. Now, in the Get Students program, we take people through this over 8 weeks. And the reason we do that is to give people time each week to get really actionable. Because let's face it, you can get all the information you need on any topic for free on YouTube. But most of us just watch that, we absorb it, we find it kind of interesting, and then we move on with our lives and we don't implement any of it. So the program's all about implementation. So today I want you to see that process and hopefully you can implement it as well. So let's just dive over. You can grab this PDF, this workbook below and go through it. So going from the bottom up there where it says number 1, you can see it says week 1 magic tutor brand. So that's where we start, and I'm going to dig into all of these a little bit. Week 2 tutor funnel setup, 3 content engine, 4 the offer that sells itself, 5 the fast booking flow, 6 lessons they love, 7 retention on repeat, and then week 8 bring it all together. So what does it all mean? So let's dig in. This is the exact worksheet that you can grab below, and I just want to give you a little bit of an insight into why this is important and how this works for you. So that magic tutor brand, this is all about positioning yourself as the expert in your niche. So first of all, we want to nail down that niche. We want to define who that student is and what the transformation is for them. From that, we can get a really, really nice attention grabbing business name and that compelling program name. And with that, we craft people's professional biography. So in that first week, we get absolute clarity on who you are, what you do, and who you deliver it to. This is crucial for our messaging, and it's going to make marketing so much easier and so much more effective. So this is always the first thing you want to start with. So in week 2, we get straight into creating this funnel. So if you're not aware of what a marketing funnel is, well, you see them all the time. So at the top of the funnel, people are getting your attention. Then they're going to draw you in, offer you some value, build their authority, and you get a chance to kind of warm to them if they're the right fit for you and understand what they do. And then we might ask for their contact details in return for something of value, something to help them. So you're in this exact funnel right now. So you've seen something from Moxie Education, you've decided this looks interesting, and you've probably given some contact information in return for this training. Now, if you like this type of training, and for full transparency here, so you understand how this works, later down the line you might decide, hey, I love this, I want to work a bit closer with Moxie, and I've already mentioned the Get Students program, so you can start to understand how this type of thing works. Rather than force it in someone's face, you get a chance to see what they're all about and decide, yeah, I like them, I like what they do, that looks valuable to me, let's find out a little bit more. So we actually set people's tutor funnels up in the second week. We want to build this out really quickly. So this is where you want to have that professional online presence. You've already, hopefully, you've got clear on what you do, who you do it for, and what transformation there is for them. But now we want that first impression to be a really, really good one, so they instantly know you're the right person for them. And that's where we might be creating some welcome videos so people get to really understand what we're about, and we show what we do to the right people. And when we talk about these online web assets, this might be things like a Facebook page, it might be a website, it might be your LinkedIn profile, all these different ways people can find you online. So inside the Get Students program, people have a very highly optimized Facebook business page, and we SEO that really specifically to talk to their audience. We also create their own web page within the Moxie website. So immediately they've got these 2 very professional, highly optimized web assets so people can find them and start booking onto their program immediately. So by week 3, when we've got this content engine, right, a lot of people get overwhelmed about content because it seems like a massive commitment. We feel like we've got to be everywhere all at once and create all this new content all the time. So we actually show people how to create a really, really kind of minimal effort but really effective 2 months of promotional content. And we then have that all batch scheduled to go out over 2 months. So you can do it in one go, in one sitting, grab a coffee, sit down, do it, and then you don't have to touch it again for 2 months. So it just makes life really easy, and it allows you to get in front of your students very, very quickly. So you want to be thinking about creating that content, batching it, so you're not having to come and do it every day. You've batched it up front, then you can sit back and relax knowing your message is getting out there. So in this 4th stage, we go to the offer that sells itself, and this is so important, because if you're getting eyeballs on your tutoring business, great, but if you haven't got a compelling offer, you're going to be losing students to someone else. So this is where we need an irresistible pricing strategy, and you need an offer that students can't refuse. You need it to be a no-brainer, something that they are biting your hand off for, because you've delivered the message, made it so clear, you've done such a great job of doing that, and then you've removed any barriers with things like pricing so that they can see that absolutely this is what I want, the price works for me, I'm on board. We want yes. So that's week 4. We want to get that really, really nailed down, so we get a flood of people saying yes. So that's all great, right? People want what we're doing. We've got so clear in it. The offer's amazing, the price is amazing. How do we get people on board? This is another part that people really worry about. So what we do inside the Get Students program, and this is what you really need to think about now, is how are you going to create this booking system that's seamless? We don't want any barriers there, anything clunky, anything where people drop off. If they're warm, they're ready to go, they're saying yes, they're enthusiastic, then we want to make that really effortless so they can jump on board and sign up for your tutoring program. So we need to convert those leads into paying students without any friction. So you really need to plan how you're going to go about doing that. So you might wonder, what am I teaching? What's the program? Well, actually, we tackle that in week 6. So many people spend such a lot of effort building their product up front, and then they find they've got no one to sell it to. No one's interested. No students want to come on board. So that's why we do it in that order. We also know that if you've done it in this order, by the time you come to create your program, you already know who it's for. You know what you do. You know the transformation. You've got absolute clarity on all of this. So actually building this killer program becomes very easy by this point. It almost, you're kind of halfway there to doing it. So we want to create something exciting, something that gets your students enthusiastic, buzzing, but also delivers measurable results that the students love, that the parents love. And that's where we do that on week 6. So it might seem counterintuitive because you might want to do that on day 1, but actually doing it in the order I've outlined today does make things a lot easier. And the other great thing is, by now, you've already got some things cooking away online, so you start to get interest. People are starting to see what you do. Now remember, you don't have to have the program built out when they approach you, because actually we want to start getting people into our waiting list and start getting that interest and start getting people into conversations as early as possible. So start with that, and then by week 6, you're getting into designing this amazing program. So then in week 7, we delve into retention, because let's face it, if you're losing students, if parents are unhappy, then your business isn't going to survive. You want to bring people in, keep them happy, keep them excited, keep that progress going, and keep them on board as a paying customer, because number 1, it's cost you time and money to get them into your business. So if you lose them, you've lost that. Number 2, they're going to create referrals, which are going to bring more people in. So the longer we can keep them, obviously the more income for your business directly from them, but the more of their friends, families and colleagues and all the rest of it, they're going to bring into your business as well, which helps the growth. So we need to talk about how we're going to keep them engaged, how we're going to keep them happy, how we're going to show them constantly what the path is, what the goals are, and then celebrate those wins, those goals when they reach them. And that's for the students and the parents as well. And then the final part of this, and this is what we do in week 8 of the program, is we absolutely just kind of polish the edges, finalize all the kind of minor details about the program. We set the launch dates of when we're actually going to kick this off, and then we fill any last remaining spots. So this is where we bring all of these marketing strategies together that we've learned over the first 7 weeks, and we go big on filling the last places of our program so that we can get going with a big launch, a big load of energy, happy faces, and start getting our first reviews in. So if I just go back up here, right? So we've broken this down into these 8 steps. We've done it in a very specific order. We know this works. We've tested it. It's great. It does its job. But the other big thing is this avoids overwhelm. So I don't know where you are in your journey right now, but for a lot of people starting out, overwhelm is the big killer. It leads to paralysis, procrastination, just not taking any action. So breaking it down into really, really clear steps is absolutely crucial for you to actually build this out. I've spoken to so many people that have had this wonderful idea. They want to start tutoring, they want to quit their day job or quit the classroom teaching, whatever it is. And then a year later, they're still in the exact same position. Big ideas, big plans, big dreams, no action. Okay? I want you to avoid being that person. So this roadmap is here to help you map out those tasks. And I advise you to spread them out over the weeks. That's why we do this in the Get Students program. Everybody gets a week to work on a small number of tasks. Maybe just things you can spend 2 or 3 hours on, right? So anyone can find that. We're all busy, lives, kids, hobbies, jobs, whatever. You can find 2 or 3 hours if you really, really are serious about doing this. So you can achieve that in a week before you get going on the next part of the task. I hope that was useful to you. You can do this. You've just got to do things in the right order at the right pace. Download this PDF below and you can just go through it in order and start getting students.